the Mash House put money behind a post. It was £50, which is more than they would usually spend and did spend on any of the other promoted posts, but it's just because time was running out. And the reach for that, the audience was kept 18 to 55, and it was anywhere in Scotland. Now, in hindsight, I didn't do the ad myself because I wasn't allowed to. They have a marketing team, and it was part of the agreement of them paying for it that they would do the ad. But I would have actually maybe targeted it to a lower age range and put more interest in than they did. But I mean, they still spent £50 on it, so I was really grateful for that. And the reach for it was quite high as well. So aside from that, I myself was sharing the event. I shared the event 2 or 3 times in the run up to the gig. I also went and shared the event on Scottish music networking pages. The Edinburgh and Lothians gig scene, the Scotland is Alive with Music, and the Edinburgh and Lothians music scene. Now I really think that doing this is quite. It can either go really. It's either really useful or it's just absolute crap because it's just full of promoters and musicians posting and plugging their shows in there, but everyone, like a lot of people get notifications for it, so I did find that like I was getting responses on it, and it doesn't hurt not to, so it doesn't hurt to do it, sorry. So yeah, I posted on there, and there was a couple of reminders on the Mash House page as well. I was emailing Gallus and Crystal, and eventually Rituals, who got announced on November 23rd. No, they got announced on December 3rd. Because, again, in my logbook I'll explain why, but there was a whole problem with trying to book the Edinburgh-based band. Just a lot of late rejections, and Rituals took ages getting back anyway, and then ages announcing. But they announced, and I was pushing bands to promote the show on their socials, but as is standard, they didn't really take much notice of me, and I can't force them to do it. In the 2 weeks running up to the show, so the 1st of December and then the week before that as well, there were 4 gigs that I targeted based on their audience similarities with Crystal from Seeky Pete's that I went to, and I flyered myself for the show. I had a bunch of flyers made up, and I also got a friend of mine to flyer at the Mash House at a gig that was happening there on the same night as the night that I was at Seeky Pete's. Now, I didn't do the flyering for any of the shows, but I really felt like it was important to get the message out for this one because, number one, I really love Crystal. I think they're an amazing band, and number two, there just wasn't enough time to market the show, and it was just a massive shame. So yeah, we did that, and then in the week up to the event, I had the idea that maybe Crystal should host a competition for 2 free beers and 2 free gig tickets, which they did. That was posted on December 3rd, and the winner announced on December 6th. It was a like and share competition, so I think that got around 35 to 37. And then on the day before the event, or the day before the day before, I asked the Wide Days crew who are in Edinburgh. I asked Olaf if he could help me out with potentially promoting the show, if they would share it on the Wide Days page, because Crystal had played Wide Days before, and his suggestion was that they did a discount code. So we set that up so that people, if they went through the Wide Days website, they could get £4.50 tickets instead of £6. But unfortunately that only got posted on the day of the show, and we only had 5 people use it. But it was still an effective marketing method that I enjoyed. I thought it was really handy to use, and I'm really grateful for them letting me use it. So, I should also point out that usually there would be the Crystal gig listed on the Mash House listings page. Sorry, the listings went up on the website of the Mash House, but usually there's a poster and flyers printed out with all of the December listings on them. Fortunately, the Crystal one actually got missed out of that one. They were really apologetic to me about it, but what can you do? The gig was still pretty successful, so I enjoyed it and everyone had a good time.